Welcome back. I'm sure you enjoyed the part one of this video discussing things that we do that destroys our relationships. I promise you will continue. And we are back. And with me here, Irene, Ralph, Alex, and Phyllis. We are still looking at the things that we do as individuals, or things that we allow as individuals that destroy our relationships.
Okay, I would like to start. I will look at communication gaps. Communication is very important in any relationship, and that must be taken seriously. So if you are in a relationship with someone, it's so important that you communicate well, both verbal and non-verbal communication. It should be very clear, because if you communicate and someone does not understand, then communication has not taken place. So it's very important that we communicate well. If you don't communicate well, that is where there are challenges in the relationship. So it's very important and it's key in every relationship that we take our communication very seriously.
I want us to do a little favor, still delving deeper into communication. You know, issue of sex has become a serious problem for a lot of married couples. In terms of sex, for married couples and communication, what are some of the things that people involved, the husband and the wife, usually take for granted in terms of communication that destroy their relationship? The way you are smiling, you will have to begin first. So Ralph, begin and
you are right, because I had written it down.
Okay, so go ahead.
So I think sex these days is a very major factor. I wouldn't say these days. I think it has always been a very major factor in relationships. In that, especially we men, sometimes we feel shy to approach, say, my wife and say, oh, I want to have sex with you today. So
I know someone like you, not feel shy. Will you feel shy? Oh, look at my eyes and tell me. Hey, don't mind me, don't mind. I'm just
don't worry, my wife knows I don't feel shy.
Okay,
I'm always bold enough to tell her that.
Okay, all right.
So, you know, sometimes we our body language seems to, we tend to use our body language to communicate to our partners that, Charlie, today we want the 10. But, you know, women, sometimes they play difficult to get.
All right.
Even when they know that you want to get. So when you say, oh, Charlie, you see, men, we are very unique creatures. Sometimes, from the onset of the day, they will help you throughout everything you are doing, help with the kids, help with you have patience, help with the kids, even the things you've not told them to help you with, they want to help. Lay the bed, and quickly, I could say, and now we just for baby. And with all these signals, the woman would
pretend as if they've not seen it.
Said they've not seen it. And if you meet a man who is not bold enough to say, oh, this and this and this, don't say, they begin to draw back. They begin to shove into their skin. They will boil up.
It's painful.
It's very, very painful. For a man to desire sex and not have it, with your nails.
Yeah.
That was
in case for you to understand what it is that for a man to be denying sex, it's like stepping on, nails, with barefoot.
You hurt our egos.
Yeah.
It's
a serious analogy that
you hurt our egos if you deny us. So the woman, please.
Have you heard?
Don't always give it to us.
All right. That's fine. Yeah, brother, go on.
So when it comes to sex, it's a very delicate.
Okay. But no. Let me pull your legs. The way you are sure, are you sure you are bold enough to tell your wife when you want sex?
Oh, seriously, as my brother was saying. We usually use non-verbal communication signals. For some of us, we usually use the non-verbal means to communicate our desire for sex. And one challenging aspect with this sex issue is that sometimes someone was very active before the marriage, involved in so many multiple sexual relationships. So there are certain level, there are some kind of comparison. Oh, this particular lady, hey, no,
Yeah.
don't go there.
Yeah.
She was very good, giving all the stars.
Yes.
But for you, all the time, straight.
Some are so-
I said, the cross.
You know it.
Which one is the cross?
I said,
It's the same as a missionary.
What? Missionary. Yes. Same as Adam and Eve.
I don't know Adam.
Okay, I
But
see.
if sex is to be enjoyed, I think different postures at different times, it helps. So when you are not getting it and all the time, it's the same way. Let's switch off the light. Then into man, all these things, it doesn't help. I think there should be variety when it comes to sometimes, yeah.
I said, so this is like soup. You know, there's this
Something.
in the local African language. Jim means take it. Soup means that is
Yeah.
Come and do it and let me go.
And you know, sometimes if you are not fortunate, sorry to cut you.
Yeah.
Sometimes if you are not fortunate, after they will be like, we are hunting and I will have
Hey!
it. So is this why you've been worrying me all this
African
time?
women. These are some of the things that I believe some of the ladies do, that some of the men go to the extent. And I believe we have a responsibility. Can you imagine a gentleman coming home from work? Maybe for some reason the wife was on leave or she goes comes to the kitchen. So the washer will talk to be, some nice perfume be with some shots be, and the way you are going, but you can even intentionally decide, and sometimes you can decide not to even wear any brazier or some top. You become so appetizing for the husband. But you are listening to Prime Testimony Channel. If I'm a I'm a bit sad because of sometimes some of the things, and even some people who call their some ladies who are Christians, who are supposed to know better, they do it anyhow, and people who don't even know Christ, they do it better.
No, I'm sorry to cut it, but you see, Christian women think that if they are sexually active, then their husbands will assume that, hey, what say you? You see that kind of thing. If you are Irene, a dickness was sorry. It is a dickness, you are sorry, naturally, be pija. If you are not careful, the husband will be like, hey, dickness. That's what she could be thinking.
Yeah.
Hey, dickness.
You
See, but we forget that what happens indoors is different from what happens outside. Personally, the kind of words I say to my wife, the kind of communication I have with my wife when we are alone, there's no way I can use such words outside. When I'm talking to my wife inside, I wouldn't mind calling anything by its name, talking about anything at all. But if I'm outside, that's a different thing. So we need to learn to differentiate between what we are in the bedroom and what we are outside.
All right.
Yes.
Yes.
The sex issues, you are talking for the men.
Oh,
It goes with the women.
yeah, we are ready to.
Yeah. It goes with the women too. Some men deny their wife sex.
Including Dickens in church.
Oh, elders,
Elders.
pastor's wife.
You know, they
They are fasting. I'm fasting.
You know, for the men, if a man wants to deny himself, the best way to go is the woman. that evening they will refuse to buy.
I see. Oh, okay.
Well, one thing that normally we don't give in to the men is that sometimes we feel tired after doing the house chores, after taking care of the children, after work, then you feel tired. So sometimes we don't feel like doing
What about the men who also help their wives from morning till
it. That
evening?
one is different. That one is different.
So what do you suggest?
So with the women who have their husbands or their men helping them with the kitchen chores or with the housework, they should treat them okay. So what I'm saying is that they should treat their husbands well when it comes to sex. If you know that you don't know how to with your spouse, you should be learning from the net, you should be watching movies, you should ask your husband maybe or the type of style that he wants, so that you do it, or so that you give it to him. You shouldn't do anything or something that will push your husband away from you. You should do something to always welcome him, make him feel like he's a king, and treat him well. That's what I would say.
Okay. Thank you, Ralph.
So,
Now let's come.
yes, to add to what she said earlier, see, men and women, we need to understand each other. A woman needs a reason to have sex.
Yeah.
If you want to have sex with a woman, she needs to know, why do I have to have sex with you? But a man only needs a venue to have sex. A man doesn't care pinning you to this world to have sex with you. Most men don't care. But a woman needs a reason. So from the perspective of the men, we need to understand that I need to put my woman into the mood, into the mindset that, oh, for what my husband has done for me, for what my husband has done today, at least for helping the children to put them to bed, let me do something for him tonight. And from the perspective of the women also, they also need to understand that men are always almost ready. If you like, tell a man that he has lost his mother right now, within the next 30 minutes, he's ready for action. So we need to understand each other.
So the ladies that tell them, oh, and then your father
Oh, I'm not the way.
Oh,
He's dead. Let's focus for those of us who are alive. Let's focus on that.
right. So it means that even if your husband is preparing for Thanksgiving service of his mother, his father, or anybody, as for married couple, as for a married man, he's ready for sex. You don't say that. It's all mommy who ain't here, oh papa who ain't here, and we are mourning your father, you are mourning. Why should you ask me for sex? Remember, like our brother is saying, men are different. I've not heard your voice this time.
As I was saying, like you were saying, women denying their husband from sex, and please, men also denying their wife from sex. Example. Let me use myself as an example.
Okay.
When I want to have sex,
Yeah.
for me, when I
With your
want
husband?
yeah, with my husband, I don't tell him, oh yeah, I want to have sex or something like no. I just signal. We have our own way of saying that, yeah, I want it. But sometimes the man will say, oh, I'm tired. Meanwhile,
Especially when we are watching football, we pretend we've not seen you.
Then don't go there at all.
We pretend we've not seen you.
Don't go there at all. They deny us from that privilege. So I'll say men to deny their wives from what?
Yeah, you are right.
Sex.
I mean, you are right. Right. So should I say that whenever there's match between Chelsea and Manchester or Tottenham Heart, and you know whatever team you are, you should fire before you.
Even in the process of watching cry, you can fire.
Okay.
It's your room.
Okay. Whether you have lost the match. or you won the match.
Fire.
Okay.
Fire.
So that's
So
why
married men, you have been advised to fire your wives even if you lose the match.
Okay.
You are listening to Prime Testimony Channel. Let's.
Okay, Uncle.
Yeah,
So I
yeah.
want to make this point.
All right.
I think sex is supposed to be enjoyed, not endured.
Sure.
Okay.
So
It's
and
wonderful. Sex is supposed to be enjoyed.
enjoyed, not
Not
endured.
endured.
Okay. So when you are having sex with your partner, it's very important that you still communicate. Yes, it's a form of communication, so that the partner will know that things are going on well, or I want it this way, do it that way. If there is no feedback, sometimes it looks like one is not totally satisfied. So it's very important that as we are even in the process, or the sex is ongoing, we still have to be communicating so that sex is really enjoyed.
So which means that it is not appropriate to put off the lights like the way some people ask
No.
for people. Communication. I mean,
you see, I think
communicating with that
this whole thing about putting off the light, it happened in the olden days because our parents slept with we the kids, so they needed the light to be off in order for we the kids not to see anything we are not supposed to see. This day and age, let the light be on, look into each other's eyes.
All right. You admire how beautiful your wife is or how handsome your husband is.
And Sorry, as my brother was saying, sex is to be enjoyable. After the sex, after everything, at least appreciate your partner. Don't just stand up.
And then they walk with
When- Oh,
okay.
oh, darling, thank you. Oh, I love this.
I think what
Even some
Is it the
people,
man
after
who,
the sex,
is it the man who must say or is the woman?
both, it's both of you.
Okay.
After the sex, some people even push. When it's okay, no, then he stand up.
after election no
Oh.
campaign.
I see.
Let me help. I think that problem is with most we the men.
Okay.
Once we feel we are done, some of us we just stand up from the bed, go to the living room, or just move away from the scene of the act. It's like, so when you do that, next time the woman will feel like oh, you are come to me because of something you did. Once you get it, you get lost.
Yeah, and I also agree with that. It's not good. Yes, does anybody want to add before we go to
a
another?
little addition to that. That is why we are saying that we all have to be in the mood to have sex. Where one is not in the mood, that is where we usually say that it is being endured, but not enjoyed. But where both of you are all in the mood, then it makes it more enjoyable. So all the time, if one is not even in the mood, you can help put him on that level so that it is enjoyable.
Ankata, I know. Sorry, I know you want us to move on from the sex topic.
But you
Then
finish.
yes, I have just two quick things to say. Earlier on, my sister was saying that sometimes the women get tired from working.
Yeah.
So I want to encourage the women out there. Having sex with your husband is part of the work.
Yes.
So when you wake up in the
serious,
morning,
serious pain reliever.
so when you wake up
And the
in the
sister shall
morning,
say amen.
Amen.
so when you wake up in the morning,
A big
you are,
amen.
you are going about your duties. Please remember that there's the most important duty is with your husband.
Especially the Jacob Bra, the dawn one.
Yes. It's, and then also, these days, a lot of women have problems with men because of impotence. Charlie, where you disturb the person, they give you the chance, no 30 seconds, you are done. Yeah, remember, name pay project.
Okay. All right. Very important. Thank you.
Lastly, what I would say is that good sex and continuous sex is medicine.
Oh, good.
It's medicine. Especially when you have regular sex with your partner, with the women, you see them looking fresh with their skin, everything looking nice.
Okay.
So we should continue to have sex with our partner so that we look good.
Ladies, Martin.
Okay.
Gentlemen, most of Martin.
Irene can testify.
medicine.
Since she got married not so long
Okay,
ago.
thank you for all of us here. Then the whole church shall say amen. You are listening to Prime Testimony Channel. In case you have not subscribed to this channel, we encourage you to subscribe because over there you will learn. But we believe in learning through fun. My name is Ato Brentish. And before we sign off, I want each of you to give your last points and end the session. Is there any other thing that we do as individuals?
Not having time for each other, like not having time for your partner. Some people are too busy in the sense that they don't even have time to like sit with their partner in their house to talk or to. They are always busy. Either they go to work, from work, church, from church, bed. Nothing. It's to say we are talking or we are husband and wife, so we should be in the sitting room and have some talk. No. It's always work, church, church, which is very bad.
Thank you.
My final take on this particular topic is that finances. We need to work on our finances. There is a saying that romance without finance is a nuisance. You need to make some little money. It's very difficult for you to sustain your relationship without money these days. Because as a man, you need to buy a dress for your wife, you need to feed the family, you need to buy bees for your wife, you need to do some of these things. It involves money. So you need to work on that. And then also finally, we need to work on limiting the influence of external forces on our relationship. We shouldn't be broadcasting the challenges in our relationship with our friends, our families. We shouldn't entertain our parents being having first share in our family. Sorry, in our relationships. Said that we really okay. If your husband goes out and he doesn't come home early, his brother-in-law gets to hear of it, your mother gets to hear of it. Some of these things we need to limit them, and we need to learn to hide each other's flaws. All right. We need to learn to hide each other's flaws. That's very, very important.
Thank you very much.
One thing we have to look at is the treatment we give each other. These days there are a lot of abusive relationships, so it's very important that we make sure that we work on ourselves. The woman works on herself, and the man also works on himself, so that we can treat each other well. If we don't do that, it gets to a point one will be tired. If it happens that you are beating your wife, the little thing, you are slapping, you are using all abusive words on him or her, I think it will not augur well for the relationship, and this may lead to a break. So it's very important that we work on ourselves and make sure that we are treating our partners well. Thank you.
My last advice goes to the singles, those in relationship hoping to end into marriage. When you're in a relationship with somebody, you see the red flags. You see some behaviors. Maybe the person is not trustworthy, the person is an abusive person, and a lot. Don't overlook at that, those behaviors. You have to be vigilant so that it will not end you into breaking your marriage or something like that. Thank you.
All are well said. From the way we've discussed and from the discussion that have gone on, we will all testify to the fact that if anyone's relationship will destroy, it depends upon the very people that are in the relationship. In some cases, it depends mostly on one person, but in most cases, it depends upon both of us and the way we react to the issues. So, yes, we may not be able to achieve perfection, but we must work on ourselves. When you are going through abusive relationships, speak to a counselor. When your life is threatened, be bold enough to go out so that your partner does not kill you out of anger. Yeah, it can happen. But most importantly, those of you that are in a relationship must decide that we'll work together, we'll work on ourselves. But if we are able to do that, God being on our side, we'll be able to achieve success. Thank you very much for heeding to my invitation. I believe this discussion is not going to help only us alone, but our friends out there that watch our videos. God bless you. Please subscribe to Prime Testimony.